Hello and welcome back to the Penno channel. Just a few days left till the Premier League season starts, and Aston Villa face West Ham on Sunday at the Olympic Stadium. I'm joined here with my bro to go through all things that have happened this week regarding Aston Villa and looking forward to the season ahead. Bro, how you doing? Middle of the week, are you excited? How you feeling about the weekend?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, bro. Feeling relaxed today, man. And it's just feeling more real now, isn't it? Getting closer to the Premier League. Don't you think like the squad numbers are coming out that we'll get onto? The players are training. All the players are posting their posts saying like getting ready for the weekend nights here. So I'm excited, man. The nerves have kicked in.
Yeah. I've gone for the camo with the wall up today. You know, just calm, relaxed.
Easy.
That's the one.
And your easy vibes.
Just nice and cool, ready for the weekend where the madness will begin. But before we get into this, go on, bro. What are you saying?
No, I was saying I see you. Yeah, casually. Yeah, got the AirPods match as well.
Just a low fit. But anyway, before we crack on with this one, if you could like the stream, subscribe if you're new around here, and drop your comments throughout the stream if you're watching live or after the stream, and let us know your thoughts on the Villa and everything, the up and coming season, and how you're feeling about that. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you anxious? Or are you all of those put together? Let us know your thoughts. So then, bro, let's kick off. Should we go into what happened today at Bodymoor Heath? You start with that.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so Talksport found themselves at Bodymoor Heath, Jeff Stelling and Andy Townsend. And they were joined by John Mcginn, Unai Emery, Monchi, and Vidagany as well, who did a number of interviews for the station this morning. And it was really good. It was really insightful hearing from all of them, just on their thoughts regarding the up-and-coming season, how they think the summer's gone, and just how they're feeling about everything around Aston Villa. We'll start off with Vidagany and Monchi, bro. Damien Vidagany came across really, really well, didn't he, when he was speaking on the radio this morning? Got his points across, got his feelings across about how he feels about PSR, how he feels about how Villa have had to cope with that, and explained what Villa have done to cope with that, as well as SCR, which is the UEFA ruling as well. Also discussed having Unai Emery and how much of a fantastic manager he is, and the belief and how much they rely on him, and they believe in that he can push the club forward, and he's one of the best managers in the world. So he was very thorough with how he spoke, and he really came across well. Monchi also discussed regarding the transfer policy and what's been happening this summer. Also stated that there is potential for more movement to happen over the next few weeks. So it was really insightful from those two and their interview, because you don't hear much from them in terms of speaking in front of a camera. It's either written articles or statements that they've made, not actual interviews. So what was your thoughts from what was said from Vidagany and Monchi this morning?
Yeah, you know what? I liked Vidagany's response, because when he was asked the question of, do you think the PSR rules are unfair? It's almost like he'd waited his whole life to give this answer. Like he was like, yes, let me tell you what. He was like, yes. I was just like, okay. So
he was strapped up. He was ready.
It was good insight. He gave us insight into PSR, why they had to sell. Gave us insight into the squad cost ratio, why they had to sell the RB. Balancing those two completely different rules, by the way, and coming to a decision to help Villa. And it is awkward, and I did empathise a lot with them as well. So yeah, it was good insight, and fair play to Talksport getting them on as well, because the season's just starting. For them to find time and come on is pretty mad. Another interesting thing he said as well, he was emphasising about the academy talent. He was like, the rules aren't correct because they're encouraging you to sell your academy players, and fans relate with players that are our own and players that come through the academy. So he said it's against the spirit of football. And you know what? I agree with him. I do. I agree with him. I think the rules came in to try and be good initially, but when you think about it like that, we're having to sell Omari Kellerman for 19 million, inflate the market for PSI. It doesn't sit right with fans. So I liked his answer.
He was spot on regarding that. He even made a statement saying, singing one of their own songs in a joking manner. He said there won't be many fans being able to sing that in the future because so many clubs will be selling their young talent because of the situation that they're in. So yeah, it was a very good and insightful interview for sure. And yeah, Vidagany really got his point across. And I'm sure there'll be many clubs who will agree with the statements he was making, especially those trying to, challenge the top sides within the league and sustainably break into those top positions. Obviously, you're going to get comments from fans of those top clubs saying, "Well, you should run your club better revenue. You should have a better revenue, etc." Which is not feasible considering how many years they've had to be at that level to generate those revenues. Which teams who are trying to progress and climb up the league table will struggle to do at this point because the disparity is so far between the big six and the other clubs. But it's closing. It is closing for sure. And you see all the promotional stuff, especially with ourselves and Newcastle this summer. Both clubs are really trying to push for that, and they're trying to become bigger in terms of global revenue, global marketing. They are really trying to push that. So yeah, it was very interesting and insightful for sure. What are your thoughts on Monchi's comments regarding the squad? He did say it's a top squad in that, and it's difficult to improve on that. I kind of felt like he wasn't just saying it's difficult to improve on that, saying if we had unlimited money, it's difficult to improve on. What I felt he was trying to say was with the restraints that Villa have currently regarding PSR and SCR, it's difficult to improve on, to find players who are potentially at the level who you can get for a cheaper fee, cheaper wages from the potential players we're selling. I think that was more the point he was trying to get across. I don't know what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, well, the first thing I'll make a point on is Vidagany's English was a lot clearer and better, so he was able to get his point across more. I don't feel like we got to really hear what Monchi truly meant because I don't know, he did struggle a bit compared to Vidagany, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt with that. I think he's not gonna come out and say the window was poor or that he's not happy with the window. He's always gonna come out and say it's good, even if he doesn't feel that way, because he's talking to the public and that's his opportunity to like reassure that everything's going well. I agree with you. I don't think he meant in the sense of the squad's too good, you can't improve. It's hard to move players on, and it's hard to improve in that sense when you've still got players that are contracted that don't want to leave Villa. So I think he meant it in that way as well. But yeah, cool interview.
Yeah,
and they said they're going to work till the final day, so that's hopefully we might get a deadline day signing for the first time in like a decade. It feels like, so let's see.
Yeah. I think were the Dendon called Bednaraks? They were deadlines, weren't they? Loans.
Yeah, those I'd wipe those out.
Well, one's still here. No, Dendonk was permanent, sorry, but Bednarak was a loan, yeah. So yeah, interesting. Moving on to Unai's interview, and yeah, man, it kind of showed the passion he has.
I actually haven't seen it, bro. So you're gonna have to.
Oh, he was. They were asking him some good questions. They were asking him basically his thoughts on Champions League football next year, how far he can take us, and you know how Unai comes across. He's always said we have to be very demanding with ourselves. We have to look to push ourselves. We understand that we're still competing for those top 10 positions. It's still very competitive. But we also have to push. We dream we want to get to semi-finals, finals of the Champions League. And he also stated we want to win a trophy. He's working towards us winning a trophy. So again, realistic, but also stating those dreams that they do have. But I think a trophy is a big thing. He stated he wanted to establish Villa as a European side. 2 seasons in a row now, he's done that. And I think the big one he wants to tick off is a trophy this season, or at his time at Villa. So he stressed that as well within the interview, which is music to our ears. Man, we want to see Villa win something. It's been so long, and I think he's the manager to do that. But he did state, how competitive it's going to be. Talked about the experience he has with sides such as Sevilla, Valencia, Villarreal as well. Talking about Villarreal, he was able to take them to a Champions League semi-final. So he knows the demands of, domestic football as well as doing that with a club side. So yeah, it was really insightful, and they tried to ask him, some stupid question, how he feels about playing Arsenal and stuff, and he kind of just shunned it. He was like, don't really care, I'm not fussed, not too bothered regarding that. But yeah, overall, speaks well when he's given the opportunity to. So yeah, it was a very good interview, and again, as you said, very insightful. Because not many, you don't really see that from a media outlet where you get the big directors of football and you get the manager speaking and the club captain speaking so openly in the interview. So it was really good. But yeah, it's just positives. It's just positives, and we're in such a positive position playing Champions League football for God knows how long. I think it's just see how everything goes this season, especially the start. I think I've stated before, I think it's going to be tough just because we've got to integrate so many players into a new system. We could start slow, but it's just sticking with it, I feel. But yeah, Mcginn also did an interview, again spoke well, talked about Ollie and him scoring at the Euros and how he felt about that, and he was saying that at first he didn't really want England to get through. I think he stated that in a previous interview. Then when Ollie scored, he was so happy for him. He was overcome with emotion. Like that kind of got put out of the picture, but then he was happy that England didn't win the final, which, yeah, I think that's fair enough. I can understand that from his point of view. So, yeah, really good interviews, man. And I am just so excited for the season. Yeah, we're going to go through a few comments then and hear people's thoughts. Michelle's joined. Thanks for joining, Michelle. She said, "Hi guys." Talking about her feelings, she's excited and nervous. Yeah, I'm the same, Michelle. Really looking forward to it. James joined. Thanks for joining. Bit of transfer news. I think he's coming through. He said we have started talks to bring Grealish back on loan with obligations to buy for 65 million. If that doesn't work, Villa will go for Morgan Gibbs right by and Dutch guy CB right back. He's close. Carlos is too Fulham. Big up, Adam and Penner. Thanks for that, James. Really appreciate it. We'll see how those things develop as well. He also says, I know for a fact Kellerman didn't want to leave, neither did Uno want him to leave. Yeah, which I could understand. He also states about Manchester, London, Liverpool, like they do. I think that was in terms of like the London clubs, Manchester clubs and Liverpool in terms of their revenue and how Villa are trying to catch up now. Rachel's joined. She goes, evening all. Thanks for joining, Rachel. Chippy Bailey FC's joined as well. Thanks for joining, Chippy. He goes, evening, people. It was good to hear from Vidi and Monchi and the trials and tribulations in regard to UEFA and Prem regulations. The so-called top 4-6 have a major head start, in my humble opinion. Totally agree. They really do, and it's for sides like Newcastle, Villa, West Ham now as well. I think Brighton to try and catch up with those, and I think in terms of City, potentially it's not, but in the other clubs, it's definitely closing in terms of on the pitch, because as you've seen from Manchester United and Chelsea's league positions over the past few years, Spurs as well. It's definitely closing for sure. Rachel says, wonderful interviews today from Monchi, Vidagany and Emery. We are in good hands, even if it's not quite the place we want to be right now in terms of squad, etc. Facts, for sure. I do agree with that. And I understand people's worries and concerns regarding the squad. I do get that. I have slight concerns as well, just because of the number of centre backs that we do currently have. But yeah, you're allowed to feel that way and have that opinion for sure. But in terms of the overall perspective and overall look of things, it does come across very positive. And I do agree with that sentiment. Kevin's joined. Thanks for joining, Kevin. Says, does anyone know about this game behind closed doors? Did Watkins feature? Thanks for joining, Kevin. I'm not aware of that. I did hear rumours that there was meant to be a game potentially played behind closed doors. I'm not sure if that took place. I don't know if you know, bro, if you're aware of it.
I heard they were planning something on Saturday, but I don't know if it went ahead or not.
Yeah, it'd be nice to. Hopefully they did, and
surely they would.
Duran.
Yeah, with Watkins, you would want something.
Yeah, facts. You want Joao and Watkins to get some minutes from you, just in preparation for the weekend.
I knew 9. I knew
I knew 9, which we'll get onto.
I'm getting too
We'll
gas.
get onto.
Let me cool down. Let me slow down and let me just
calmer, as I would say. Michael's joined. Thanks for joining, Michael. He says, good evening all. Hope everyone is well. We are, Michael, and I hope you're well too. Thanks for joining. And he says, not to watch any preseason, everyone loses a notion of getting fit, and that is time to make mistakes, plus only care when I see the player holding the shirt. Facts, preseason has, in terms of results-wise anyway, it has no bearing. I understand that preseason is just the time to get players fit and to try out patterns of play. Throughout this preseason, a lot of the matches we played 45 minutes of 2 different 11s. Even in our later matches, a number of players came off after 60 minutes as well. So it's experimental. There's players who only just came back in the last weekend, and some players didn't even feature throughout pre-season. So I do agree with those sentiments as well, Michael.
Yeah, teach me, Michael. Teach me, because I can't do that, man. I don't know. I think pre-season, you do look at Bogard. Bogard's coming now. He's played pre-season, and now he's getting a long-term deal. So I think in that sense as well, if you hadn't watched preseason, you'd be like, wait, Bogard's here. Bogard's staying. What's happened there? So I think preseason does matter, to be fair. Like, you get to see different formations, how different tweaks to the system. Rodgers has been playing up front, which is a new thing. Is Rodgers going to keep his place there? So I think preseason is giving us some insight, but you just don't take the results too seriously.
That's what I think he was getting at.
Yeah,
I think he was getting at. But you make valid points where, because if no one had seen Bogard play this preseason, they would be under, Bogard as a reserve centre back option, having not witnessed him play in preseason and how well he's done within that position. So yeah, facts. Kevin also says Martinez has changed his number to 23. Says he's won all his trophies with this number. That's it then. Wembley, Alliance Stadium, or Old Trafford last day. Silverware, here we come. Love the positivity, man. 23 like MJ. That's the shirt he's worn for Argentina, where he's won all those accolades and trophies. So yeah, if he wants to bring that to Villa, you know how Martinez talks as well when he's with Villa. He talked about qualifying for Champions League. It's come to fruition. It's happened. If Martinez starts talking big things about winning titles and stuff like that, I'm all ears, man, because it seems like whatever he says just comes to reality and actually happens. He speaks stuff into existence. So yeah, change of number for Martinez. Do you want to bet against us? Against him, says Rachel. Exactly. Mocker says, yeah, it does matter in terms of seeing players develop, but the results can be misleading. That is very true. Results can be misleading if you'd have just looked at the results and seen what happened and not looked at performances. That can be very misleading for sure. If you have an opinion based on the performances, the results, and everything else, then that's fair enough. That's valid. So yeah, bro. Anything else you want to add?
From today, now I guess we can segue into the squad numbers.
Yeah, go. I'll leave this on you. Go. Go.
Pretty big. Well, we heard a rumor last week that Duran would no longer be going to West Ham. We rejected their final offer, and they got Nicholas Fulkrug. In that rumor was the idea that Villa had given Duran the number 9 shirt. Now, that is pretty crazy considering what we've gone through this whole summer, certain Instagram lives. To get the number 9 shirt, let's be honest, it's not that much of a historical shirt in modern history at Villa. Like, it's been given.
List the names. It's been
passed around. Like, it's been passed around. It's been dashed around the corner a little bit. Like, we've got Stephen Island, we got Patrick Traore, we got Wesley. Okay, he's probably one of the better of the players.
I know he is. Yeah.
We've had
Scott Hogan,
Nicholas Helenius, Danny Ings, Marlon Harewood. I think the last proper player to wear it was Darren Bent.
Yeah.
Like, serious. I think he wore it for a bit. So yeah, man, it's not a crazy nicknames. It seems to be a bit of a curse for Villa at this point. But yeah, even still, he's got a squad number now. What I want to know is, if he is back in the frame, why did he not travel to Germany, considering Watkins was a doubt as well? That's what I want to know, because Konza and Martinez played.
Yeah.
So do you not think it's a bit? Is he back? Has he just been photographed in the number 9 shirt. Like this was Villa that put it on their website as well. So they listed it in the gallery. So they wanted people to see this.
Yeah.
Is he back? Is he going to be in the squad against West Ham? Like, what do you reckon? I'm still unsure a little bit.
Yeah, I'm unsure until we see the squad on the weekend. If they're posting the images, I think they have, they're trying to state that everything's fine within the camp. Duran's training normally. That will be the interesting thing to see if he's actually part of the squad now. There is excuses for him not to be part of the squad, as in he's not match fit. He hasn't had enough minutes. But then the same could be said for Ollie Watkins, and he'll no doubt be starting if all's good and ready to go. So yeah, that will be interesting. For me, reintegrating Jhon Duran is not a problem for me, as long as he shows his commitment and on the pitch by playing and how he plays. I know he's done a few mad things, and there is what's the word I'm looking for? He can be temperamental within the squad. That's how it comes across anyway. But yeah, for all that stuff, I'm willing to give him a chance. People make mistakes, man. He's still very young. So yeah, that's no problems with me, no qualms. He knuckles down, gets on with it. If Emery's happy with him to be part of the squad and everyone else is cool, then as a fan, I'm extremely cool with that as well. So yeah, don't know your thoughts on that.
Yeah, me and you, we got a soft spot for Duran, man. Like it's the chaos, the drama of it all. He speaks to like our inner wind-up merchant as well. It's just what he did was disrespectful. I still think he should have to do a public apology. I mean, when he was at Chicago Fire, he had to apologize on Twitter one time. So like he's not like he's saying his first rodeo.
It's no new to him.
Rodeo, but he ain't new to this lifestyle. But, you know them ones. But I think an apology should happen. The fact it hasn't happened is another thing as well. I'm questioning: is he actually back in the squad yet? But the talent level is ridiculous, and if you can just hone that under Emery and create a player with a better base, more intelligence, more to his game tactically, we've got a serious player. And if in the event we had to sell Watkins one day, we'd be less pressured if we had Duran waiting there, knowing that he can just slot in. And I do think Duran's the best striker we have after Watkins. I think he's better than Archer. I think he offers more to his game. I think he can stretch the play on his own more, hold it up and bring us into the game like a proper modern forward has to do. Archer's more cuter. Like he has to have probably a striker next to him. Is that fair? Like he's better playing with another striker. Like you couldn't really. Do you think you could have Archer and then a Buendia in our system?
No, it just doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, he needs a striker next to him. Whereas Duran, I think he could do it on his own with a Buendia up front, if that makes sense.
Duran Archer might be interesting though. I wouldn't mind seeing that one time. That might be interesting.
There's a lot I wanted to see this preseason. I wanted to see Enzo and Onana together as well. We didn't really get that. Enzo bearing a chair, by the way, kind of gone a little bit under the radar.
Yeah, because he picked up that knock and he missed the one game and then he played 45. So it's kind of the talk kind of calmed and cooled just because of that. But yeah, he had a very good preseason before that, and it was kind of Kostin Nedeljkovic. It was Lamar Bogard. Those are the standouts, weren't they?
They've taken the headlines, haven't they? Bogard and Costa, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I think the thing that sticks out with me is Jhon Duran is, before games when he used to kick the ball with the mascots and stuff like that. And I just feel like that kind of shows his personality. Like he used to take his time out and play with them and interact with the kids, and it used to make their day because he'd stand there on the sideline kicking the ball and stuff like that. And that just kind of shows to me like he's kind of his character in a sense, and the antics is just actually his character as well. But he's just a wind-up merchant. That's how it comes across to me. And
he's a wind-up merchant, bro. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to defend Duran or anything. Like he's a dick. Like I can be honest.
Facts. Facts.
He isn't it. Like we don't have to lie about it. But I don't think he's a complete write-off. You can't change him at all. Like he's like you said, he's shown before. He just kick ups with the mascots and he'll interact with them as well. Some might say it's probably because it's the only people he chose. I don't know. We're signing. That's what we'll get onto. But we're signing.
Bad.
We might be signing a body for him, innit?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
speak about
facts. So yeah, Ollie finally turned up at training. He finally joined everyone. He finally wanted to come back and get ready for Premier League football. But yeah, jokes aside, man, good to see Ollie back. Mad rumours flying around everywhere the past week. You don't look injured. He looks ready to go. And
and
yeah,
I get
I'm
why
just
the
so
rumors.
happy he's back.
I get why the rumors were flying because me and you both know he was supposed to go to Germany. He was supposed
Mm,
to travel. He was booking to travel, and at the last minute he didn't go. That was a precaution, so it was right for there to be a little worry. Monday the players had the day off, and Tuesday when we hadn't seen the picture back, we were just like, "Well, what's going on? What's going on?" And then around about like 3 p.m. Villa posted, so he trained
yeah,
that day. So all good, man. All
yeah,
good. He just
yeah.
wasn't on the winning team that day.
I know,
Man,
big
like
banana.
was it Rogers, Ramsey, Anana, Bogard, Cash, Buendia on the
Yeah,
team as well?
yeah. See, when you see that and you see like just that small eight squad, there's some players there, man. There is some
Oh,
players
yeah,
there.
we got players.
Like
We got players.
there is players there for sure.
What gets me is just when I just remember Kamara's injured. Like that's just mad to me.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it? It's mad, and it's kind of like even with Mings and Kamara. I think Mings is spoken a lot more now because he's soon to return, as in terms of him and Kamara. But just think like a few weeks before Kamara's back, you're like, oh my god, we've got like Boubacar Kamara, probably one of our best players, to just come back as well, which is mad. So yeah, can't wait for that to happen for sure. And it'd be interesting to see how that work when it does happen. But yeah, moving on, bro. Have a look, talk some transfer stuff. If you want to go on this Mosquera and talk about him, because I know you've been looking into him, and Colombian, 19 years of age, centre back. Looks like Villa are going to be picking him up.
Yeah, didn't know he existed a week ago, and now I'm suddenly some expert on the kid, and I've been following him for like 10 years. But basically, this is a mad one because he's not even from the Colombian first division. He plays in the second division. They're clubs from the championship over there. So yeah, like you said, 6'2", left-footed, which we know is rarer than right-footed defenders in this game. Takes their penalties and free kicks, so that's always a good indication that his technical level's just above everyone else in the team. For them to respect him like that, to take the penalties is good. I was just watching a lot of his comps. Positionally, he looks good. He's got a long pass on him as well. It's hard to tell too much because of the levels so low compared to Europe, but really nice scouting, man. Really nice
Yeah,
scouting. He just recently got called up to the under-20 Colombia team. He looks like a leader. Like when all the comments I've read about him, like his mentality is great. He doesn't shy away from a duel. Always gets stuck in. Wins all his aerial duels. And yeah, just still 19, bro. So it'll be interesting to see how he can translate his level. There's rumors he's going out to Real Union. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's just more the want him to suit the formation because they play how we play. But if we get that deal done, that's a left centre back that they might. You never know. Next season, 2 seasons, bro, it could be starting for us or at least in the squad. So yeah, really nice to see we're still doing that type of scouting.
yeah. You always go back to obviously Jhon Duran was scouted for MLS at a very extremely young age. Moises Caicedo as well. Do you remember like before Brighton signed him? I think it was a season or two before that. Man United were on the verge of signing him for like 3 million or something ridiculous, and he was playing at a similar level. And turned out he was an absolute gem. So if they have,
carry on.
Now go on. What are you saying?
I was going to say on Caicedo, IDV, Independiente Valle, Ecuador, they've had a really good track record of bringing through talent lately, and Caicedo was just one of them. Kendrick Paez, who Chelsea have signed as well, he's the next big thing. He plays for them as well. So yeah, there's a lot of systems now where they're starting to see in South America. If we can develop the talent well enough, we can make a killing, and it can help our academy to grow. Like they can now buy like new, fresher facilities. They can provide new things as well. So yeah, really cool to see us still scouting in South America, man.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, just see what develops from that one, and one for the future for sure.
But the profile 6'2", left-footed, like that's what you want.
Yeah,
That's what you want.
Yeah, but anything else you want to bring up, discuss?
Yeah, transfers. Geerturida. Fabrizio was saying today it's all dependent on Carlos going to Fulham. Doesn't seem like Fulham are interested at the moment. They've bid for Joachim Anderson twice, both been rejected. Whether they're going for a third bid, who knows? But yeah, we need to hope they don't go back in for Anderson and Carlos can be sold to Fulham because, as we know from our board discussing on Talksport today, it's a one in, one out policy. They need players to leave before they can even bring in new members of the squad. So it's all a domino.
There was clarification, straight clarification today as well. That was another big thing regarding it about how this summer will end in terms of it is a one in, one out policy and Villa is still active. That was just laid out. So yeah, what are your feelings and thoughts? So in terms of Duran bid rejected, Carlos bid rejected. Are you of the mindset of a player has that value? We have that value set. If you don't meet that value, no matter if it clears a substantial wage or it leads to buying another player, you maintain and you hold strong to get the full value from the player. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I always think it's hard to like make a blanket statement because every single deal is so intricate and nuanced. Like it's just hard to really say. For example, the Duran deal was the most clearest game of poker I've ever seen in terms of what both clubs were doing and the offers that were being made. And Villa called West Ham's bluff with the 36 million plus Reece offered. Villa thought West Ham are going to come in again. If they're willing to offer that, they're going to come in again. They're going to eventually match the 40 million that we were demanding. They didn't. They probably see that as a mistake at Villa. That okay, maybe we should have just accepted the offer. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Like they didn't bid again, and now we have Duran.
Yeah.
But our valuation was 40 million. That is what we set. That is what we wanted from the market. So yeah, I think it differs in other positions though. Like I think when you have players that have been here for a while and you need to just move them off, I think that's where you can be more lenient with what you are demanding, and like sometimes maybe you should just compromise just to get them off the books wages wise, especially as we now know that the players' wages is a massive thing for the squad cost ratio. So I'm talking more about like the deadwood kind of at the club. I think that's where you lean. You just yeah, okay, we'll accept that offer. But with a talent like Duran, I think it's okay to be strict.
So retrospectively, then, what's your thoughts on Diego Carlos and rejecting 12.5 for him?
I don't know what the offer was. Is that what it was?
Yeah, that was what was reported.
12.5.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a slap in the face. That's cheeky, man. Like he ain't even got 1 year left on his deal. He's got 2.
Yeah.
If the initial offer was 12.5, I can see him coming back for that. Then I can see him maybe offering like a few million more.
Yeah, I don't know because obviously there's talks now. They're looking at Joachim Anderson. They've had an initial bid rejected, and they're going back in again for him.
What's hilarious is I actually do think that he's the better signing as well.
For them, yeah, in profile and age, I think that's for sure. Yeah,
I see why. Like,
yeah, but obviously the Saudi. There's always Saudi. There always seems to be Saudi and links to Saudi for our players. One materialised so far, but I don't know if that is the case for the others. But yeah, that will be interesting to see how that things develop in that regard over the next few weeks. Because as we say, it does look like it's one in, one out for the remainder of this transfer window. Finally, do you want to talk about Joao Felix? Should we spend about 2 seconds on that?
What did you want to say?
Now it just looks like that whole saga is a madness, and we didn't want any part of it. It just looks a madness, man.
Basically, when it's Joao Felix and Villa, it's I'll let you know. And when it's Chelsea interested, it's oh my god, please take me to the function, man. Please let me come to the party.
Mad.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
If he comes, and it's more like.
Yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, we'll see how his minutes are at Chelsea. But what's mad is, and what's interesting is, if we are targeting that area, and it does feel like we are looking for another attacking option. Firstly, it seems that Duran would have to go, or another attacker. whether that's a Cameron Archer. I think those are the two. And who would that player option be now? Who would you like to see in that position? You know, you got Alex Baena, you've got Pedro Goncalves, you've got Morgan Gibbs White, you've got Ryan Cherky, you've got
Ryan Cherky, bro.
Yeah.
Who
would you like to see?
As well from Genk. I don't know if you watched.
Yeah.
But Alcaraz would be a more off the radar pick, but he's available as well. And obviously, what we haven't spoken about, Giovanni Lo Celso, he seems to still retain interest from Villa. With saying there's an offer on the table. What do you think about that?
Just Lo Celso, yeah. We've discussed this before offline about our opinions on Lo Celso, and I think they differ. So I'm of the thought of, I always used to be of the thought of that he's a quality player, but my mind's changed for the fact that he can't sustain and play regularly in the Premier League. His body just seems to shut down playing in this league. I don't think he can take the pace because he's always injured for a significant period of time at Spurs every season. He'll have 1 or 2 games where he has some influence. And if you speak to a lot of Spurs fans, they rate Lo Celso. They actually do rate him. They just say his availability is shocking. He's never available. And for us trying to get a bigger squad, and availability is probably one of the biggest factors, especially as we saw last season when we had the number of injuries we did. We can't just sign someone who gets injured very easily and has a track record of that. You kind of have to prove that you can play and you're available. So that would be my biggest concern with Giovanni Lo Celso, is that off experience and looking at the past seasons he's been in the Premier League, he's never played a full season. He's missed a number of games. And I just don't think we can have another player like that within the squad. But quality-wise, we've discussed this, bro. I've said he's a player, and sometimes you've told me and you said things, and I've kind of seen what you've been saying. But I do think he's a player, and
he's a good player. Like, he brings that final third control that we lack. I just think you're gonna tie us down 3 years to Lo Celso. It's just like, I don't know. I just like a bit more imagination and future thinking on the deal. But then again, Ryan Cherky, I want him so much, but then I think, why is no one touching him? Like, why is he available for 15 million? It's one of the best talents in football at his age group. So I think about that. There's probably stuff that I don't know going on.
Ryan Cherky has a Houssem Aouar about him. It's mad. So, you know, like the ratings, I think Cherky's a way better player. But at the time with Leon, Houssem Aouar, when he was there with Kakare and all those, and Leon had Bruno, and they had Paqueta, and they were in Champions League, semi-finals, beating City and stuff like that. Houssem Aouar was rated like up there. Do you remember? And then year after year, it seemed as if he was going to get the move. He never materialised. Went on and on. Went on loan, and then he's he playing in Saudi now, isn't he? So it seems like Ryan Cherky as well. It seems like it's gone down that path a little bit, because last season as well there was talk about him leaving. And then sometimes he'd get in the Leon team and then he'd look amazing and everyone would be raving about him. Then he'd be out of the team again. So
and the thing is, look at his underlying. It's just like, if this is an off season, then this kid might be one of the best players in the world, because his stats, everything you'd want, progressive passes, take-ons, assists, or expected assists, all high. So it's just like, what's the real reason? One good reason I could think is his lack of press in the system. But then, if you say that, Felix doesn't press. Felix isn't as intense, and we'd have to cater to Felix's lack of pressing. So, I'm not really buying, or can't really buy that argument about him not putting in a shift. So it's a mad one. But Lo Celso, I'm not feeling it. I just think if we fast forward 2 years and he hasn't had a full consistency in this game, like, I'm already over it. I'm already there. So,
facts. The fans would be talking about the transfer as, why did we do it?
Coutinho,
exactly. In that sense, just because of his availability. But for sure, it'd be interesting. I think now, because the season's here now, kind of, it's nice now that transfers kind of take a back burner. It's not, you're not looking for the information, the details. You're not hanging on to it. If you are that way inclined, it's more concentrating the season now. The games is actually competition. So yeah, just the Premier League being here now, and Champions League football this season. Bro, I still can't get over that. I keep saying it, man, but like just playing Champions League, and it will really sink in when that draw happens at the end of August. Yeah, if teams you 8 teams who you'd like to play from each part. I don't know how good you've like looked at the pot and stuff. Who would you like to play?
No, I know. I wouldn't really know how the pots are. But I'll say one team. I want Real Madrid away. I want
them at home. I want to play.
I think I want them away. I think I could get the same amount of dopamine from getting a buy-in at home or something. But like just a chance to see Villa at the Bernabeu, like that just seems so rare to me. Like I feel like you could get Real Madrid maybe one day, book them in like a pre-season one day, like, But I just feel a Bernabeu and for it to mean something as well.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Do you remember when we played Inter? But like that was Inter when they had like Zlatan and all that.
Zlatan, yeah, that's what I mean, man.
Yeah.
Although Villa don't seem to like doing pre-seasons at home. Have you noticed that with Villa?
Yeah.
We never have pre-season at Villa Park. Rarely. We have the odd game. Like this pre-season, like we've been doing it at the Best Cup. I always find that a mad idea.
Yeah, it has this season. We haven't.
This is a way to like raise revenue. You'd have thought like Bilbao at home, like people would have gone to that maybe.
Yeah. Duncan's just reading in the comments. Kevin's put odds on we'll get Juve. I can see that.
Oh
Duncan's
yeah, we're getting
Bellingham's
100%. We're getting Juve.
Juve, Villarreal,
and Bellingham.
Is Villarreal even in it or their conference? Europa? Not really sure.
No, I'll tell you who we'll get. We'll get Atalanta and Zaniolo will bag.
Well, it looks like Lenglet's going to Atletico as well, so we'll probably get them.
Lenglet's going where?
On loan. It looks like Lenglet's going to Atletico on loan.
Madrid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You get about Lenglet, man. He's aging.
It does. And bro, I'm sure every time he goes to the club, they get Europe or they get, they have a decent season. So
it made me laugh. Like Barca fans like message Lenglet to like get rid of his contracts. Like, who do you think you are? Why would Lenglet give it £200 a week to live in Barcelona? Like, are you stupid?
Yeah, that's how Joao Felix situation's identical, isn't it?
Yeah, Lenglet and his missus must just laugh at all the comments that he gets on his phone.
He enjoys his football as well. He goes to good clubs, man, and enjoys his football. Plays well. He stepped up a few times last season for sure.
Man. Like, he gets about fair play.
Yeah. Duncan said this: Bellingham sent off in the first 10, and we win 2-1. Imagine that at Villa Park. That's what I'll say to you.
That's what would
imagine
win
that at Villa Park.
That's what would win fans over with Duran if he squared up to Bellingham. If he comes on and he just swipes him. I think that's the actual earnest way he can win the fans back over.
Yeah, mad. Marcus said there's some construction work going on at Villa Park.
Yeah, good point.
That's
what I could
Yeah. That's a very good point with the Villa store. Go through a few more comments. First game at Villa Park with Champions League tune will be magical. Facts, it will be, Rachel. Andy joined as well. He said, "Evening all up the Villa." Andy's saying, "Please tell me Duran isn't staying." So that's the sides of the fan base. I do understand that opinion of like, yeah, he's kind of taking it too far with that. But for me, I think he deserves another chance if he's willing to take it, and he's everyone within the club who have spent time with him on a day-to-day of accepting of that. Kevin says more like Louise getting sent off. HD does like a foul. I think JD, that's Duran. Yeah, Louise at Villa Park. Reaction would be okay, don't you think?
You get clapped. I think you get crapped initially. I think you get clapped initially. You wouldn't get crapped. I hope you wouldn't get crapped. I hope people wouldn't be throwing that on, but you'll get clapped,
Yeah, I
100%.
think Dougie would get
Initially,
good.
especially that little story post he did the other day.
Yeah, I think
Then
Dougie
again,
would get a good reaction, but then go on. What are you going to say?
again, run about that Colomossi article.
Article that Callum Moss article stating that he had arguments with United, they had like a bust up, and yeah, he'd wanted to leave for a while. So maybe not. Marcus says for the first game at Villa Park for the Champions League, it would be great to meet up somewhere pre-match. Definitely, Michael. Facts. I'd love to meet you and can have a drink, and before the game starts for sure. We'll have to definitely do something. Adam will be there as well. You actually get to see his face, and surprise, it's not Boubacar Kamara, but yeah. Well, yeah, bro. Anything else?
The away kit. The away kit got announced has been released this Friday. We've had a sneak peek of it. What's your thoughts of the sneak peek?
I think it's just a white kit, isn't it? It's a white Adidas kit. It's just very template. The home kit's so nice. The away kit is what it is. I think in terms of I've seen reports, read things about the amount of time it takes for Adidas to develop a kit design for a club, and with us only agreeing to the contract 8-9 months before the kit's been released. They may not have had the opportunity. They might have just concentrated on the home shirt, because there is a lot of factors. It's not just designing the kit. In anything you do within a business, you'll have to do many revisions of it. You'll have to go through many processes to get approval as well. Then you'll have to, matching of certain things regarding the colour, the stitching, etc., etc. So I think there's a lot that goes into it, and potentially it was just one of those things where the away kit was just a bit rushed in that sense. I mean, it's simple. People still like it, but for me, I think it's a bit in it. It's a bit compared to the home kit, which is one of the best home kits we've had in a long time. Don't know what your thoughts were.
Oh yeah, the home kit's up there. It's already competing with certain some of the best night kits. So yeah, the home kit's a smash.
And the away.
Oh, sorry. The away kit. The away kit. I don't know, because I saw the teaser and the pink and purple. I thought, I have to play the blinder here, and because we'd seen some leaks beforehand of what it looked. So when I saw the purple and pink, I thought, okay, this is different. I thought we might get something like Germany's away kit in the Euros. I don't know if you saw that kit or something like that. So
yeah,
it's a bit uninspiring. It's safe, but it's not a bad kit. It's probably like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's just perfect word. It's safe, isn't it? It's safe. So interesting to see what the third kit is. There's rooms again of what that looks like. Yeah, be interesting to see that as well. But yeah, the Villa store's opening Friday, bro. Are you ready? You got your bags packed? You got your card with you. Will you be there, front line, ready to go?
No, I won't be there. I won't be there splashing the cash, bro. I like to sit back and wait for it all the madness to go on, and I just go in at the end and cop.
There's a few nice items, though, isn't there? There's a few nice items.
Well, like that black jacket, the black jacket, the way I think I like.
Yeah,
I like the black jacket.
I like the green as well. I do.
Yeah, the green is nice as well. I'm not too fussed on the training because we haven't been given the prestige pair, have we? We've like Fulham and Nottingham Forest, but they're the same type of designs as them. So I'm not too crazy over the training, but yeah, the home kit. I still need to get my home kit on.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, I think that's everything, bro. Again, thank you for watching. There's been great numbers within here. Please do like the stream; it really helps us. And if you're new into the chat or watching the channel, watch our old stuff. Subscribe if you're new around here. We really are growing. We're close to 600 subscribers. So yeah, we really do appreciate the support. The chat's always great, and it's always great to just get your opinions, because they do vary at times, and it's interesting to see different aspects and different thoughts, because everyone's entitled to it, and we all want the best for Villa. So thank you all for joining, bro. Thanks for joining. You're going to probably catch the second half of Madrid. Don't know what the score is in that, or there's some Carling Cup games going on.
Yeah, Mbappe looks to be ruining the vibes from what I was getting. Bellingham looks fed up already, so hopefully that can continue and it gives us a better chance of beating them.
Yeah, facts. These are the facts. Thank you all for joining. Yeah, go on.
I meant to say Mason Kutcher signed for Villa, under 17 striker, pick him up as well. And Lina Salsa gone on loan to Bristol Rovers as well, who we signed last year. So all the best to him as well, going on loan.
Facts. Kutcher's been playing for the youth side for a number of weeks, hasn't he?
I
think he was just
It's weird with him because he had a year out because nobody could decide his compensation
from Sunderland. From Sunderland. Yeah.
So for him to still get a move after a year out is clearly a good player.
Yeah. Welcome to the squad, Kutcher for sure, and man, just bringing more top talent into Villa and part of the Villa family. So Lina Souza, good luck. Hopefully he has a better loan than he did at Plymouth last year. He didn't really get the opportunities, so hopefully he has a much better loan and he gets the opportunity to show the players. Bro, as if Lowe's gone already. Like Gerard's best mate. Him and Gerard had a good relationship, didn't they? I think that's why Archer went to. That's why Archer went to Preston at the time. They absolutely smashed it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I can't believe he's gone already. Like poor Kane Kesler-Hayden. I hope it's not another season of not starting every week. He needs to start every week, man.
He's ready, and he's ready. He's so ready to play now. Even pre-season, he had some very good performances. He's ready to play. So I hope he's had tough loans. Huddersfield, Plymouth was tough as well. I just really hope this is the loan for him. Even he was MK Dons as well, didn't he? Yeah. So I think he had a good time there, and then the Championship loans haven't really gone as well. So I do hope they get a good manager in him who'll be looking to use him, and he gets regular game time. But again,
one last thing. Louis Barry scoring from the halfway line. Wow, legend, absolutely. He seems made. He's made his home at Stockport. I think like they love him there. That's what I saw. Yeah.
And they'll be looking to push again after they had the great season last season and got promoted. They're looking to push again.
League One or Championship?
Yeah, League One.
League One.
I think it's League One. Yeah, so they'll be looking to push on again, for sure. And that goal was an absolute mad goal. Mad goal. Probably goal of the season already, and it's up there for sure. Anything else, bro?
No, I'm all done, bro.
You sure?
Yeah,
sure.
No more.
Do you want to close out? Because it's usually me.
Okay, guys, if you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the content with your friends who are Villa fans. We want to get this content out to as many people as possible. Me and my brother love talking Villa with you guys. We love the interaction in comments. So we just appreciate it if we can get some more people seeing the content as well. That's everything, bro. Lovely to talk to you again. And up the Villa.
Up the Villa, bro.